Is President Trump strategically holding back military strikes as his ultimate trump card against Iran, ready to unleash them at the perfect moment to force concessions in the high-stakes nuclear standoff shaking the Middle East? Did Iran's Supreme Leader Khamenei boldly snub President Trump's diplomatic overtures, forcing a tense military recalculation that now hangs over the fragile talks like a gathering storm? Reports claim the U.S. has quietly greenlit potential Israeli strikes on Iran if ongoing nuclear talks completely implode, signaling Washington's hidden contingency plans amid the diplomatic deadlock. Arab states are forcefully slamming the door shut by refusing their airspace for any attacks on Iran, effectively hobbling strike routes and complicating U.S.-Israeli military calculus in the region. After heavyweights Russia and China rallied decisively behind Tehran with diplomatic and material support, did the U.S. fold under pressure and whisper to Israel to launch the strikes instead? Does Trump secretly want Israel to single-handedly absorb Iran's ferocious missile barrages alone, preserving American forces while letting Tel Aviv bear the brunt of Tehran's retaliation? The United States has reportedly thrown its weight behind possible Israeli strikes on Iran should the current round of nuclear talks utterly fail, according to explosive revelations from CBS News. President Donald Trump personally informed Benjamin Netanyahu about these potential strikes during a private December meeting at Mar-a-Lago, laying out the green light for action if diplomacy crumbles. This candid discussion underscores ongoing contingency planning, coming roughly 8 months after the explosive 12-day war between Israel and Iran back in June 2025 that reshaped regional dynamics. The report suggests that while Trump publicly plays the diplomacy card to buy time, hard-hitting military options remain firmly on the table as crucial leverage against Iran's intransigence. Sources indicated that any U.S. support for such a strike would likely hinge on securing overflight permissions or mid-air refueling from neighboring countries to enable the long-range operation. However, several Gulf states have signaled they would flatly refuse to allow their skies to be used for attacking Iran, throwing a major wrench into Israel's preferred strike corridors. In a region where many Middle East nations stand firmly against strikes on Iran, this widespread refusal could severely cripple Israel's operational routes, forcing risky alternatives like extended refueling. This bombshell disclosure surfaced just as Iran's foreign minister jetted off to Geneva ahead of the pivotal second round of U.S. Iran nuclear talks, injecting fresh uncertainty into the proceedings. Israel harbors deep fears that the U.S. might negotiate solely on the nuclear front, conveniently leaving Iran's massive missile capabilities untouched and free to threaten the Jewish state. Iran has categorically rejected any total ban on uranium enrichment activities and staunchly refuses to even discuss curbs on its expansive ballistic missile restrictions program. Tel Aviv firmly believes Tehran might dangle some nuclear compromises as bait but will never concede an inch on its prized missiles, which form the backbone of its deterrent strategy. Israel's paramount concern is that Trump could ultimately zero in exclusively on the nuclear issue, effectively legitimizing Iran's missile arsenal for potential use directly against Israeli targets. This would greenlight systems primed to rain down on Israel, turning a diplomatic win into an existential security nightmare for the embattled nation surrounded by foes. At the same time, Trump has relentlessly continued building up a formidable U.S. military force posture across the Middle East, from carrier groups to air wings, as a stark warning to Tehran.